I'm Will,
And I'm Tosha,
and
and
this
this
is
is My Better Half.
We're really excited to be able to do this series. Our goal is to take the next 26 weeks for those of you that want to walk with us and walk through the things that we've learned in our 26 years of marriage. We're going to share a lot of our weaknesses and our failures and our mistakes that we've made. Not all of them, but many of them over the next 26 weeks. And our goal is to really dive deep, to give you the tools that you need to have a marriage that will last for a lifetime. Now, we're going to use good science, the science of relationships, and we're going to borrow a lot from great learning that we've got from Dr. John Gottman and his Love Labs, as well as learning that we've gotten from schema therapy, from Dr. John Louie and from Karen Louie, from Good Enough Parenting and I Choose Us, and from 26 years of working in 7 different cities, helping thousands of couples to have strong relationships. Now, all of us come from where we come from. And for me, I had the blessing of having 2 amazing parents. They were incredibly talented, very educated people that
Yep.
loved each other deeply, but their marriage only lasted for 7 years. In the 6th year of their marriage, they hit a wall, and that wall led to the ending of their marriage. And my parents are amazing people, and I'm super grateful for them. My father and mother got divorced. My mother remarried, and I love my siblings from both my dad and my mom's side. But for me, the lesson that I learned was that marriage is not something that lasts. That and a lot of it, the other big lesson I learned is it really doesn't matter how attractive you are. It doesn't matter how much you love each other. It doesn't matter how educated you are. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It really does take 2 people making a decision that they're both going to work on themselves and work on the marriage, and they're not going to avoid the common laws of life. They're not going to avoid the science of relationships. They're not going to avoid the fundamental principles that all relationships are really built on.
And needless to say, that was a devastating thing for him as a little boy, as his parents divorced. And it actually is something he brought into our marriage. We'll talk about that later. But for me, as I grew up, my parents, they've been married now for over 40 years. And it's been a roller coaster, like serious highs and serious lows. But the thing that I've learned from my parents is that you work it out. Like, whatever it is, you work on your marriage. This person in front of you, this is the most important person. This is the only person that stays. So this is the person you work on things with, do or die. And that's what I learned, that marriage is, in my mind, I came into marriage like marriage is forever. In his mind, he came into marriage a little bit different because of the experiences that he came in with.
I'll never forget on our wedding day, I was just completely paralyzed with fear right before I got up on the altar because I was afraid that I was entering into a relationship that I wasn't sure was going to last with someone that I loved and love now even more, but I loved with my whole heart.
Yeah.
And I was
So you're scared that wasn't going to be enough.
I was.
Yeah.
And what I found was it really wasn't enough unless we really worked on ourselves.
It's not enough, people.
It isn't.
It's not enough.
So what we did starting out is we really benefited from having some great mentors that, helped us with our marriage, and we would meet with them on a regular basis. And for us, faith really is the foundation that informs everything that we do. What we believe and what we believe from our understanding of God's word is that the first institution that was ever created was marriage. And that God created marriage between a man and a woman, and that they would be married for their entire lives. But what we see in the story of the Bible and what we see in the story of humanity is an overwhelming amount of brokenness. And most people don't have marriages that last. And many people never get married. So strong marriages are built on us really working on the real issues. We've been married for 26 years. And for us, we started out by having some great mentors that helped us, meeting with us, talking with us about having a strong marriage. And then we both went to counseling. And we thought we did all the deep work, but we realized that was just like a few layers.
Let's be real. You went to counseling.
Right.
Yay.
I did go.
And
Really,
great.
I'm big deal because I didn't want to go to counseling because I honestly didn't think that counseling worked.
Yes.
I have a natural distrust.
I'm not saying I didn't need counseling. He just went first. Okay.
I did. I did. And it was it was really wild going to counseling.
You had to go because, I mean, we both ended up having to go because what happens is when you get married, I mean, literally, what a marriage is two people who bring all of this baggage in with them and they bring it into one house and they expect it to work out.
Right.
And one of the things about marriage is you need help, like you need training. Everything that is important in life, you get training. Everything that is hard, that means something, you get training. When you go to work, they don't just put you in there and be like, figure it out, and that's what happens when people get married. We look at each other and we're like, I love you, you love me, we're gonna figure this out. It is not that simple. Love is not enough. It actually takes work. So as we both brought our baggage into this household, we had to figure out how in the world do we work through the baggage? How in the world does he not become my enemy and me his enemy? Like, how in the world do we work together? How do we become a team and stay a team? And that's what we're going to walk through in these 26 weeks of training, because in everything that's important to you, you want to get the training. Do you want to be here and do this training with us so that you can have what you need to be able to be on the same team?
And so for us, like I said, I went to counseling. She ended up going to counseling. I thought we were good. About 4 years in, we kind of had the basic components of like communication, a commitment that we wouldn't go to sleep angry with each other. We learned a little bit about like love languages and making sure that we're using each other's love language. And then we were blessed with our son. And what an amazing blessing to have our son be born. And he was born right when we're around year 5.
Yeah.
And between year 5 and year 7, true to form, things started to really break down just because the strain of life.
Finances were crazy. We were dead broke.
We're tired a lot.
Yes.
And we're sleep deprived.
Yeah.
And our relationship went into major strain. And honestly, we came right up to the edge of a breaking point. I think 2 or 3 months longer, and we would have probably gotten to a very dangerous place, which could have led us to separation and to divorce, just because of the amount of strain and mistrust and disconnection and hurt feelings that we're going through. We were really fortunate. We had a friend of ours that came, sat down and had lunch with us and said, you need help. And we made a decision actually to leave the job where we were. I was pastoring a church in Georgia, to leave that job and to move and to really commit ourselves for the next couple of years to work on our marriage. And that decision was a faithful decision because we made a decision to move. We made a decision to start getting some consistent help, and we started dealing with the real issues. And we got past the veneer of like love is enough, being attracted to the person is enough. And we recognized that we really needed to work on our marriage. So after year 7, we've spent the past 19 years like getting all the training that we can get and working on our marriage. But having said all of that, right when we decided to do this podcast.
Yeah.
And
we were talking through it and we were so excited. We're like, this is going to meet so many needs. And then literally the next day we had an argument.
Like a major blow up.
Yep.
And we're like, we shouldn't even be doing a podcast, man. We got so many.
I don't even know if I like you right now. So here we are.
And we stopped. And thank God we prayed and we recognized that honestly, there are forces at work in our world that are actively trying to break down human relationships.
Actively trying to break down marriage in particular. Yes.
And, and what we recognized is that we needed to continue to be honest and real about the struggles that we have, but also to share with you the resources that we have, because our goal is not that you will have our marriage. Our marriage is our marriage. Our goal is that you in your life will have a great marriage and that you in your relationship would actually look at your spouse and say, you are my better half. Because that's what marriage is all about. It's looking at the other person, seeing the best in them, bringing out the best in them, and in so doing, becoming your best self. So we're grateful that we have this opportunity to have a real conversation, and we look forward to you joining us for 26 weeks as we go on a journey of learning what it means to really walk with your better